All right, SoFi update here on the 13th. So I think with where the overall market's at, if you watched my overall market video from Friday, by the way, I'm putting this out before I say anything about that because I thought the market was closed today. The market is open on Columbus Day. And so I'm actually just catching that right now. I'm overseas, so it's kind of a weird time, but catching that now. Market's open. And I was going to do a SoFi video tonight, but we're doing it now. So this will be out before the open, and here we go. So the overall market gaps down on Friday, down 2.5%. My thoughts in that video were there's a very, very high possibility that that's the bottom. Why? Because for that to keep on going down, that's probably going to signify a major top. But the way to get the most people off sides on this dip, I'm going to tie it into SoFi here in a second, is to gap it down because nobody knows what's going to happen from here unless you're you're studying and you're seeing what's going on overall with this market. And basically what's been happening this whole entire move up is we've been getting gap downs for a day or two, and then we just go straight back up. And people don't know if they should buy the dip. Is this the crash? We've gone up like 40% this year. People are scared to buy the dip. And so I said in my video from Friday that I think there's a very high possibility that that is the bottom right there, and we're just going to go like this up here to like 720. So I actually think this is very similar to this dip right here on August 1st. Pretty much the exact same thing. And we're going to find out. I mean, it can still go up here like this, but I would say that's less likely now because they're going to get as many people as they can chasing in this market. So when it does eventually crash, those people are trained to buy the dip. And so you're basically just taking educated guesses when they're going to crash it. But I think we're not there yet. I think we're going to go up to $700-800 or 700-800 on SPY. And I think this is just the same thing as August 1st. For a lot of different reasons. You can watch the overall market update if you want more info why I think that. But then going back to SoFi then, I think you're doing pretty well if you bought the dip on Friday. Because the more I look at this, I think this is likely just the end of wave 3. And now if the overall market bottom, this is more than likely just wave 4 right here. Wave 4 is finished right here. So basically it comes down. Is the overall market going to go down to lower lows, or are we bottom? If we bottom, SoFi bottomed as well. That makes this 5 waves. And if that's 5 waves, going back to the overall count, that means, let's get rid of this for now. That means we should be looking for another high. Something like that, and then that would be overall wave 3. So right here, I think is likely the end of wave 3 here at $30. And I think there's a very good chance that this is the end of wave 4. On the regular chart, it looks a little bit better. I think the regular chart's actually a little bit better for SoFi for some reason. I like using it a little bit better. So where would we be looking at for this 5th wave? Let's go ahead and pull this up here. And you can see maybe something around $37 potentially. But really all it needs to do is break this high right here at 30.26. So based on what I'm saying about the overall market, I think there's a very good chance, we zoom in here, that this was wave 1 of the next wave up. This is the end of wave 2. And you're just going to see this all the way up to probably somewhere in the mid 30s. And then we look at where that takes us overall. For this, I'm going to use the log chart. this just takes us to 1, 2, 3, pull back 4, and then get a 5th wave higher like that. So I think that we are pretty much done with wave 3. We got one more leg up, and that kind of goes along. Earnings are coming up. We're going to see what earnings can do. Maybe earnings will be what we need to get up here for wave 3. That's going to be a, what is that, like a 30 or 40% move higher. And if the overall market goes to 710, that makes a lot of sense. And then from there, we would expect a pullback again. So this was just a 3, 4, 5, but then this would be the overall third, and we get another 4th wave. So we're going to get another ABC move, ABC, and then we would get another 5 waves after that. So my overall target, if I'm just using projections, I have no idea. I can't say for sure what the high is going to be for SoFi by the end of the year or by early 2026. Projections are going to say 36, 37 for wave 3. Maybe I'll use the regular chart for this. And then I'd be looking for a pullback to anywhere between like 29 and 32 bucks, more than likely. So wave 4 would be right down here. Let's just say back to 30 bucks. And then you'd be looking for one more wave higher. I'm not sure if this is going to be enough to, we can do it like this. You can take this and then put this at the bottom of wave 4. And we should hit somewhere between the 0.5 and the 0.61 fib. So that's 46 to 42 bucks conservatively. But it could go to 50. I would say 50 is a better round number. And that would be my overall target for 5 waves. So I just basically just showed 5 waves. Like that. So that's what I'm expecting from here on out for SoFi. If it does end up breaking below 24, whatever this low is right here, 24.92, it invalidates the move. So invalidation is below this low right here because we're starting that next wave higher and you cannot go below wave 2. So this is actually a textbook spot to go along because this is a very, very good setup. You have 5 waves here, you have an A wave down here, B, and you get a C wave right here, flush. That is an amazing long opportunity because we're going to get this next move like this, like that. So I would not want to be bearish here at all. If the bears get lucky, it's going to be because the overall market ends up going a little bit lower. So hopefully that explains it pretty well. I'm expecting next leg higher up here to 36 bucks. Invalidation below here. Amazing setup for the longs here with this expanded flat second wave. And you should expect minimum of 31.42 for a wave 3. But if we're going to get all the way up here to 36 bucks, you're probably going to see 33, 34. Pullback, something like that. So that's my update for SoFi right now. It looks like a very good long here. We'll see how the overall market reacts, but I think the overall market can go up another 5 or 10% before a 4th wave pullback, a shallow 4th wave pullback, and then it's going to go even higher after that. So SoFi should do the same, looking for probably 50 bucks by early 2026. All right, that's it for this update. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates, and I'll catch you in the next video.